On this October episode of Outlook TV, celebrating the life of Jim Diva.
Social networking the lesbian way.
Gearing up for Whistler Pride 2015. And much, much more.
Hello and welcome to Outlook TV. I'm Rebecca Wyman.
And I'm Dan Doomshaw. Outlook TV is the queer news magazine show that brings you queer stories from coast to coast that matter the most.
And we're going to start off this episode with a very important story about Jim Diva.
That's right. One of the amazing things about a show like this is that we can commemorate people who have made special contributions to our community. And Jim's passing was a shock to us all. So we have Connie bringing us this story.
This is your intrepid reporter, the unstoppable Connie Smudge, right here at the corner of Burrard and Nelson in downtown Vancouver for a day of celebration, a day to rejoice in the passing of a human being that has made a mark on not only this community, but Canada and worldwide. His name was Jim Diva. We're going to go inside and we'll show you a little bit of the service.
I'm so glad that we have this opportunity to come together to celebrate Jim's life, to acknowledge our loss, to cry, to laugh, to hold up memories.
He was a man of honor who lived the days that were given to him with courage and integrity. Jim Diva, may your memory be upheld.
Hello, my kittens. Here we are at the after, I want to call it the after rally. It is a celebration of a life. And I mean a life well lived. Jim Diva was everything for us. And I'm going to introduce you to some people that will not only substantiate what I have to say, but probably say even more. So come and follow me and I'll show you everything.
And Jim built a place for us to come and hear and tell and buy and celebrate our stories. How could I not miss him so much?
Here's to Jim, wherever he may be.
Jim brought our culture alive. He allowed us to have our culture because he allowed us our freedom of expression through his fights and through his community support.
We could be whoever we want to be.
Yeah, Jim, it's almost like he gave us permission.
Well, I documented the court case for 9 years, so I got to know Jim as this incredibly beautiful man of principle, of courage, and a lot of fun.
The Loud Scholarship changed my life. It allowed me to finish makeup school and be where I am today. I would not be here thanks to Jim Diva's advocacy.
It was about the freedom to read and imagine for all Canadians. And Jim, he was tireless. And the thing that I loved and was most impressed about him was that in that struggle, he never got bitter.
I'm here to commemorate the life of a great soul who we've lost this week. It's come to us all as a very big shock. Jim Diva was an icon in this gay community here of Vancouver.
He sees things on such a clear perspective, and I was always so blown away. And whenever I was faced with a situation that I didn't know exactly what to do, he was a man to go to and just say, what do you think?
A lot of kids, when they're coming out, they don't have relationships with their families. So it's really important to have people that are there to offer the support, a warm smile, and not to judge you, but just to kind of be there, the pillar of support. And I think that, you know, Jim, whether you knew him or not, would always offer you that. If you came in there and you had a question or you had a need, he was your #1 fan.
You want to talk about a life well lived? I'm going to talk about a life well loved. Ladies and gentlemen, that is Jim Diva, and this is his legacy.
Love.
Courageous.
Passionate.
Community.
Love. Easy. Love.
Rebecca, for our next story, I'd like to open with a question.
Okay.
What do you call it when lesbians make reservations?
Well, a reservation, of course.
That's right, reservations. Well, there was a new social networking event that happened in Vancouver called just that.
Reservations? Mm-hmm. Let's send Laura Shaw.
Hi, reservations? Do you have room for one more? Great, I'll be right there.
So tonight is designed to create a space for queer women to come together, to socialize, to build relationships, and create some networking opportunities. We envision this as a quarterly social series, and so this is the first of the year, and we anticipate doing our second one in January. And we are both nonprofits, so we are the nonprofits leading it, and I think we're interested to see if there's a philanthropic angle, if women are interested in combining our forces to work more collaboratively with nonprofits, but we're going to see what the feedback is based on tonight.
When I started speaking with Dara at Community, I realized that she'd been thinking the same thing. How do we find women who are maybe not going out to clubs or going out to traditional networking events? And so I'd like to see, because we're bringing women together from different spheres, so, you know, policy, academia, business owners, what will emerge of it, I'm not really sure, but I think there'll be some interesting conversations, and, you know, potentially there'll be some common projects, whether they be spearheaded by the organizations or just initiated by people who have found connections that are meaningful to them.
What is the LOUD Foundation?
LOUD, which stands for Leadership, Opportunity, Unity, and Diversity. And what we do is we open up applications for students who are already enrolled or going to start school, post-secondary, but they can be of any age. So I could be 40 and going back to school, that doesn't matter to us. Gender doesn't matter. What we're looking for are emerging leaders, people who are engaged with their communities, who are giving back, and who also have an academic performance that shows us that they will have, you know, multiple tools at their disposal as they move forward.
Everyone's fantastic. This is such a great social event. I've learned lots of stories about people, and one of the neat things is that they gave us these name tags, and everyone's got something about them to ask them about, so it's been good conversation starters, lots of interesting life stories and backgrounds here.
But it's not a chicken. I hope.
There's a card on the table that has people's names on it. There's two of them. What's all of that all about?
Well, first the top one is for dinner, and then the second one is for dessert. So we get to move around and get to meet different people.
And how are the people that you've met so far?
Oh, great, fabulous. I'm having a great time.
It's a good social or like more of a network event, or both?
It's both. It's both. I've met a lot of great people, social, and I think I've gained a couple of friends.
How do you like the location?
I think it's a great idea. It's sort of in the heart of a lot of activity. Gastown, easy to get to. Yeah, I like the long table idea too.
From the Irish Heather in Vancouver, this is Laura Shaw with Outlook TV.
Watching all that socializing sure has gotten me thirsty.
Thirsty? Ooh, me too. We should take a break. We're back, and now we're going to go
out across Canada. This is where we hear stories from viewers like you. Yes, you.
Where you tell us, oh yeah, us, all about what's happening in your neck of the woods.
So if you have a queer story that you're burning to get on the show, why not contribute? Today we start with Gorgeous.
Temperatures have started to decline in Toronto, but that doesn't mean that there's anything less to do in this city. Here are my top picks for what's coming up in the next month. On October 22nd, it's an opportunity to meet other LGBTQ professionals and students at the Hotel Ocho. Pride at Work Canada and Out on Bay Street will be hosting an after-work networking social from 6 p.m. until 8 p.m. October 25th, Northbound Leather presents Scandal, their 18th annual fetish party and fashion show at the Sound Academy. This is the world's biggest annual fetish party, and it returns, so make sure you get your tickets for a scandalous evening. October 27th is the big day in Toronto for voters. It's the municipal election, so make sure you vote for your preferred candidate, then head on out to the West End to the Beaver for election night trivia and results. The awesomeness starts at 6:30 p.m. Of course, Halloween is October 31st, and Church Street will be closed down for traffic. with heaps of parties going on both sides of the streets and lots of costumes to be seen. However, if crowds aren't your thing and you'd like to stay close to the village, why not pop over to Screen Lounge at 20 College Street? Mode Events presents Scared Stiff, a Halloween costume party with performances by Safonda Cox, Brooklyn Heights, and a $250 costume prize for Best Costume of the Evening. Now, I can't personally guarantee on Movember 2nd that mustache rides are going to be handed out. However, I can guarantee you that the hot men of Guys Giving Back are going to want you to take it all off in support of Movember at their first annual shave-a-thon at Woody's from 3 till 5 p.m. And last but not least this month, on November 10th, in support of Fife House, is an evening of Broadway showstoppers with Megan Hilty and Seth Rudetsky at the Glenn Gould Studio. Now, if you have any upcoming events, don't be afraid to tweet me at MyBlockTyler, and we'll see you again next month here on Out Across Canada.
Hi, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Eureka Love here in Halifax, Nova Scotia for Outlook TV. I'm going to tell you about what's going on in the Maritimes this month. The Knights of Gore, the Haunted Corn Maze, is up and running in the appropriately named Gore, Nova Scotia. Big Brother Canada's Gary Glitter is going to transform into Scary Gary and join some of the ghouls inside. They have a haunted maze, a haunted house, and a day maze for any children or chickens. If you want to go, check out their website for times and admission prices. The Youth Project is having their 10th annual auction and brunch. It's hosted by auctioneer extraordinaire Neville McKay. Neville's going to be auctioning off some fabulous items as well as joining everybody for brunch afterwards. If you'd like a ticket, you can pick that up on their website with PayPal. Capital Cosplay in Fredericton is running a mini convention in partnership with Anna Maritimes. They're running a costume contest. They're going to have discussion panels as well as seminars. If that sounds like something you'd like to participate in, you can check out how to do that on their Facebook page. All right, ladies and gentlemen, 5 Minutes of Fame is back with its spookiest show of the year, the Halloween show. Dr. Grim Horrison and his assistant Kitten are going to be leading the barrage with treats that they pass out to the crowd, as well as some frights that might happen through the evening. Halifax's finest are going to dig up some of their very best drag numbers. And remember, wear a costume or be dragged to hell. Well, that's it for me in the Maritimes, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Eureka Love with Outlook TV. And remember, stick with me. I'll take you places.
And remember, if you would like to contribute to Out Across Canada, we welcome you.
Our next segment brings us to the world of fashion, makeup, and hair. It's brilliant. It's a fundraiser, and our reporter Keenan was there.
Hi everybody, we're here at the Commodore Ballroom to watch the spectacle that is Brilliant, a show of love and support for mental health. And I'm super excited to be here tonight and can't wait to see where this night takes us. Let's go have some fun.
Oh my goodness, you're in for a great time. We are going to witness a fabulous runway show featuring the hottest talents from some of the local fashion, makeup, and hairstylists in the industry here in Vancouver.
In the late 80s, I was diagnosed HIV positive. I was told that I had 3 weeks left to live. It was a very difficult time, and it's been a long journey to get here. But as a direct result of St. Paul's Hospital's arduous work in research, the cocktail, and their mental health programs, I'm fortunate to be here today. This is the second year of Brilliant with the Hospital Foundation. The first year was a pilot project. I reached out to the community and I wanted to see who wanted to say thank you for all they had done for us. St. Paul's Hospital was the first hospital to open its hearts and its doors during the HIV crisis and has continued to be there for us since.
But here's what the boys just said. If they can get $15,000 tonight, they will drop their pants.
Last year was our first time doing this, and it totally exceeded our expectations as a fun evening. And its main purpose, however, Keenan, is to raise funds, and raise funds for St. Paul's Hospital. And this year our priority is mental health. As so many of us know, the mental health concerns within the province, as well as the city of Vancouver, certainly do need our help.
This year we had the different countries, so we tried really to show the different countries in hair and makeup.
You don't just want to show something, you want to tell a story at the end.
and that's why we kind of like started from the beginning with these 3 salons to work on the creative process, on finding like the right hair, the right makeup, the right flow in the concept, and then it works out at the end for the country they're actually presenting.
Well, they just picked this for me because it's kind of Arctic-like. I really like it. Yeah, and then like the sparkly things and shiny, and yeah, it just worked out really well.
My makeup was more so trying to get a little pop of color into the show, kind of getting into the whole Northern Lights kind of a deal.
Totally, yeah. Cool.
Yeah, I think they just wanted to bring a little edgy and fashion twist to the boys' makeup, so we got something a bit more aggressive.
We're always open for donations and would love to have volunteers. Like I said, this is a community project. We have over 200 to 300 volunteers each year. So if you're interested in volunteering, you can always reach out and contact the foundation at www.helpstpauls.com.
Great, thank you very much.
And it is that time again. Unfortunately, we have to take a break.
Give me a break, give me a break, break me off a piece of that. I don't think I can say that because they're not actually a sponsor. We'll be right back.
Happy Whistler Pride and Ski Festival!
Welcome back. You're watching Outlook TV.
When we think of pride parades, we're usually fixated on half-naked people, summer sun, and blasting tunes.
But not all of the prides are held in the summer. There are some that are in winter, like Whistler Pride.
Whistler Pride, that's right. Half-naked people, blasting tunes, and hot tubs.
I love a hot tub. To give us a sneak peek at what's coming up in January 2015, here's Angus Pratt.
We're in Whistler Village, where we're going to find out about the Whistler Pride and Ski Festival. Let's move on and see what's going on.
In 2006, we were called Winter Pride. We were the first Winter Pride in the world. Now there's 13 Winter Prides around the world, so we thought we needed to refresh the festival, and so we came up with calling it just what we are, Whistler Pride and Ski Festival.
There's a couple new developments here in Whistler this year for the upcoming winter, starting with brand new cabins on the Whistler Village gondola. The original cabins have been on there since 1988, and anyone that has ridden that gondola before knows that they're a little tired. They're not the most comfortable gondolas in the world. So they're going to get a facelift, 8 passengers with bench seating, and it's going to increase our uphill capacity by about 12%. We're also introducing RFID technology on the mountain this year. So essentially what that means is every person on the mountain is going to have an RFID card in their pocket, and when you get to any lift, there's going to be gates that will open when it recognizes that you have the right product on your card. So that, again, will make lift lines faster because people are just going to be able to walk through. There's no scanning from a human being anymore. And then the last thing is we've got a new food and beverage place here to check out. It's called Garbo's Grill. It's located at the base of Whistler Mountain, and it specializes in hormone and antibiotic-free hamburgers, as well as chicken burgers and vegetable burgers. And new this winter, they will also have a number of grab-and-go breakfast options. So the perfect place to start your day.
For Whistler Pride, they'll be coming up. Any new trends or hot outfits that they should look at?
Absolutely. So big trend in skiing now is actually moving towards getting outside the resort boundaries and maybe pushing your limits and finding new terrain outside of sort of groomed runs and marked terrain. So most vendors and most ski manufacturers are moving to things like the Salomon Q105 here. Good for access beyond the boundary. It's a flatter tail, lightweight piece of equipment, so you're good going up the hill as well as coming down. It's about freedom of movement, getting out, experiencing maybe quieter terrain, fresh snow, that kind of thing like that.
I am so excited. We have Margaret Cho. We are so excited that we have Margaret Cho and Celine Luna. They're both coming up to perform at the Night of Comedy here in Whistler. And it's all made possible because we were able to get some funding through the Resort Municipality of Whistler. So we're really excited about that. We also have a mini film festival that's going to be happening, and it's presented by Gay Direct and Out TV on Monday and Tuesday.
5, 6, 7, 8.
We'll have a cowboy party again. Very, very popular. Timberline will be coming up to teach people how to do some line dancing, so that's good. We have the Gender Bender party, which is always a lot of fun, where people can get dressed up and do drag if they've never done that before. We're also doing Splash Pool Party again this year, so that'll be a lot of fun. We have Ferocious with Wayne G coming in from the UK. We have Seth Cooper coming in from Chicago to play Whiteout, and Snowball with the Freemasons, so it's going to be pretty outrageous.
Winter's coming. Time to book your tickets for Whistler Pride. For Outlook TV, this is Angus Pratt in Whistler.
Up next, Skylar Bear is going to get artsy.
That's right. In a rare foray from sports, Skylar will take us to the world of the arts.
It is a fundraiser for Out in Schools.
This beautiful artwork behind me is going to a very good cause tonight for Les and Carl's annual Fall Art Gala. It takes a village. Well, art is all about interpretation, so interpret that as you will. All the funds tonight go to Out in Schools, a fantastic beneficiary, and we are looking at some beautiful pieces of artwork tonight. We're going to check out all the action. How do you feel? Like, the turnout's amazing.
Do you know what? I feel fantastic, and I have to say that I'll be mentioning this. Barry Doomka is the best art curator in the city, and he really took this event to the next level. We had outgrown our house, at which there's an infamous photo with 160 bloody pairs of shoes at our house.
160? I'm sorry, what?
In our house.
Wow.
So Barry has taken it to the new level, and with art, and we are just so proud of what he's done. And yeah, so I feel very emotional and very proud of this. Yeah.
I'm impressed with the amount of people that are wearing heels.
I think that stilettos on men are the ultimate power source because they emulate confidence. If you can wear stilettos and walk in them, holy mackerel.
What is Out in Schools' involvement with tonight specifically?
Well, Out in Schools is the beneficiary for basically this fundraiser. And, you know, I think it's really so important that we inspire young people across the province to really take art and creativity to the next level to, you know, address social justice issues. It's so great to see people care so much. You know, I just did a presentation this week, actually several presentations this week, and young people are so thirsty, they're so hungry for this kind of work. So I really see them stepping up and using the tools that they have at their fingertips to talk about homophobia and transphobia. It's really cool.
You've got some artwork on the wall, don't you?
Yes, I do. It's artwork that's based off of Damien Hirst's dot paintings. It's called Pharmaceuticals. And I thought I would pay tribute to Damien Hirst by, I guess, teabagging his work.
How does it make you feel to be a part of the art and a part of this event tonight?
It's an honor to be a part of this because this is the second year that I've been a part of this, and the anti-bullying and just to kind of let yourself be who you want.
Spectacular artwork, local talent, cocktails, all going for a good cause? Well, it just doesn't get any better than that. And the night is just beginning.
And tonight, not only am I performing, but I'm also doing the auction. And I did a little event last weekend where I raised $100,000 in the live auction. So tonight, I'm going to go for 30.
That's a good goal. I like that goal. That's a lot of money.
That's what we're doing tonight. We're raising money for Out in Schools.
Well, with such an amazing turnout, that goal of $30,000 was quickly surpassed by a total amount of $54,000 raised for this evening's gala. For Outlook TV, this is Skylar Bear.
Unfortunately, that is all the time we have for this edition of Outlook TV. We're so glad you joined us.
Yes, so glad, in fact, that we'd like you to join our team. Why don't you come out and report for us, edit for us, operate a camera. We're a completely volunteer-driven organization, and we need you.
And we would also like you to follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
For Outlook TV, I'm Dan Doomshaw.
And I'm Rebecca Wyman.
Stay fabulous, Canada.